Hey guys, Thunderset here, and I'm bringing you a new deck revolving around a brand new archetype we just got in this main box, and it is Evil Eye. So I know there's a lot of hype around Witchcraft, and I don't know, I looked over Witchcraft, I wasn't really feeling it. I'm sure they're strong because it's able to spam spell cards, so there's unlimited potential there, depending on what spell cards you use. But other than that, it's not an archetype I was really excited to play, but this one was much more. It's Evil Eyes, guys, so where do we even begin with this archetype? It's huge and new. It does a lot of unique stuff. So we'll start with the ultra rare, and that's Eye of Selene. It's an equip card. It's pretty much what the deck revolves around. Equip only to an Evil Eye monster. Cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. So can't be destroyed. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Can't be targeted. Can't be reduced to 0 by Crimson Fox. Can't be destroyed by anything. All that great stuff, guys. Each time you activate the equipped monster's effect, or you activate another Evil Eye spell or trap card, the monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. So, this can pile up on you real fast, and you can lose life points really fast. There's also another card in this deck that utilizes lower life points, but we'll get to that in a moment. So you gotta be careful with your life points. If this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, banish one Evil Eye spell or trap from your graveyard, except this card. Set this card, you can only use this effect once per turn. So you can pay a bunch of life points, get it back out. Let's say the duel's gone on, you've built up a monster with this, and you've lost a lot of life points. What do you do with that big life point difference? You use this other equip. So, Evil Eye of Jorginho, or however you say that. Equip only to an Evil Eye monster. You can only activate one Evil Eye of I have no idea how to say that. I have no idea how to say that. This card's name becomes Evil Eye Selene while in the spell or trap card zone. So it turns into this equip card, guys. The name is important because there's other cards that are gonna play off this card being on the field. So it's a lot to go through. We'll keep up with it. So, while your life points are lower than your opponent's, the equipped monster gains attack equal to the difference. So while you're losing all these life points, you're gaining 500 every time you use an effect or spell. You're gaining that difference doubly because you're gaining it in the difference of life points between you and your opponent. So it's just bunches and bunches of attack, fluctuating very aggressively. It's a crazy deck, guys. So, let's get to the monsters. Now we have our main super rare Medusa. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Evil Eye card in your graveyard except herself, add it to your hand. Very strong effect. You usually want to use it to recycle this Evil Eye Defeat, and this Evil Eye Defeat is pretty much, what's that 6 Sam trap card called? I cannot remember it right now. It's the trap card that returns 2 to your hand. This is pretty much that card. It has to be monsters, and you have to have your Selene on the field. But like I said, our Jorginho will count as Selene when it's on the field. So as long as one of them are on the field, you're going to be returning 2. I cannot remember the name of that 6 Sam trap card. That is crazy. And yeah, it works just like it though, guys. So you return 2 monsters in your opponent's phase. Then you follow up with your Medusa, normal summon your Medusa, return your trap card right back to your hand, constantly returning 2 from your opponent. Great stuff. Then we also have this boy, Basilisk. He's a familiar, I guess. If you control an Evil Eye monster, you can special summon him, 2k defense. What does he do when he's summoned? Whether it's special or normal, during your main phase, you can send one Evil Eye spell or trap card from your deck to your graveyard. How are we making use of that? We have this. You can banish this card from your graveyard and discard one Evil Eye card. Add an Evil Eye spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, except this card. So, you would normal summon her, special summon this boy. His effect will throw away Jorginho. That lets you, in the graveyard, banish itself. You gotta discard another, let's say this card, Confrontation, a spell and trap card. Now you get to add your Selene to your hand, equip it to your monster immediately, have your combos fully ready. So just think of this way as a convoluted way to search your Selene as long as you have another Evil Eye spell or trap card in your hand. And a lot of our deck is Evil Eye Spell or Trap card. So the only two we really haven't gone over, those are the two monsters. That's only 6 monsters. How do we keep it more consistent? We use the Evil Eye Domain. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Evil Eye monster from your deck to your hand. Very useful, even when you already have a Medusa. You get her familiar Basilisk into your hand. That brings it out. I also pulled a prismatic version of this field spell card, so very cool. And it has even more stuff to do. Once per turn during damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked while Evil Eye Selene is on the field, so that's our equip card, you can make the battle damage you take from this battle also inflicted to your opponent. If this card in the field spell zone is destroyed by a card effect, you can target 1 Evil Eye monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, only once per turn. Very, very strong. Crazy, crazy card. It helps the consistency with this deck just to get to your monster faster. And now we're getting down to the rares, and they're still good in this archetype, guys. So Evil Eye Confrontation. If you control an Evil Eye monster, target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls, destroy it. If you do and you have Selene, you get to banish it. Very, very nice. You can only do it once per turn, like a lot of these effects. Now, the icing on the cake, guys. These guys don't need any way to lean on a spell or a skill. So we're using our skill level duplication. We're using Wielder. Wielder can just special summon with Familiar. So you can normal summon Medusa, special summon Basilisk. Basilisk can do the search of your Selene, put the Selene on the Medusa. Now you special summon your Wielder. You have a level 6 Synchro that's gonna just absolutely crush all those witchcraft monsters. We even have Stardust Charge Warrior in there to stop random Yubels. We have Bionic Dragon, he's the greatest. We have Goyo Guardian, he's 2800 for a fat wielder effect. We also have Psyhemoth, who will banish anything he fights with. Great, consistent, reliable removal. And last but not least, we have Archfiend's Claw, he just can't be targeted. Very strong effect, very strong deck. Obviously, you guys can cut down on the wielders and add maybe a 3rd Selene or something like that. But I'm going to keep running Wielder to death until Witchcrafts are beaten into the ground. So get used to seeing Wielder and level dupes snuck in decks where any moment I can. I'm going to have to go out of my way to stop using Wielder for a while so it doesn't get too played out. So get used to it, guys. I really like it as a counter to Witchcraft because it's just so easy to use. And it's not even this deck's main win con. So really, all you can really say about this deck is just be careful with your life points. Other than that, you'll see through the replays. And thanks for watching, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yubel, and I even have a Charge Warrior in this deck just for random Yubels, because that with the Wielder combo came out around the time of some new Yubel support, so it's a pretty nice counter to Yubel. So this is how we avoid bricks, guys, with our field spell. It's like we have 9 monsters, we get to play it, and add our Medusa right to our hand. We already have a Selene, we have already a Giorgionio, we're ready to go. That's 2, we're gonna just be gaining massive amounts of attacks as long as we're using Evil Eye effects or spells. So here our opponent is Lightsworn. You know Lightsworn doesn't stand a chance against this deck. He milled a Raiden, a Lumina, and a Dark Lila. So Medusa's gonna banish that Raiden in his end phase, trigger Selene. We're up to 3,400 already, guys. Absolutely insane. We're gonna banish another Lumina from his graveyard, triggering our effects. Gaining more point, we're up to 5.4k. Now I set Confrontation. He's virtually going to have no back row because Lightsworn run no back row, but I was still pretty comfortable doing it. And it turns out to play just fine for moments you'll see right now. Now he's milled plenty into his graveyard, but I'm saving my banish for his plays. So here he's searched another Lumina. We are able to chain to the Lumina effect and banish whatever he's trying to special summon with Medusa, guys. It's absolutely crazy. Only thing we can't prevent is this boy Levianeer. But what's Levianeer gonna do to us? Because Selene protects us from absolutely everything. He's gonna try to destroy us. Remember, Levianeer doesn't target, but we can't be destroyed by a thing. All he hits is our back row. Can't destroy our monster. Tries to bring out a Lumina. We wait for her effect to activate. All we have to do is chain to her effect, target what she's targeting, which is a Raiden, banish the Raiden. No synchro summon for her. We're up to 6.4k with the 1k monster stuck on the field. Absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Okay, here's an Ishizu. Used to be everywhere, now we hardly see her. We're going first. She's got a cool little sleeve and mat combo going. So here we have a, how do you say this word? Paradolia? A Paradolia. Now we have Medusa. We put our Giorgionio on her. I have no idea if that's how you say that. We have a real Selene's. And we have our defeat. So what is going to stop this field, guys? We can return 2 monsters. We can't be destroyed. We can't be targeted. Can't be destroyed by battle. None of that stuff, guys. So we return this monster because we don't even care. And by using an Evil Eye monster or a card, we get to up her attack, lower our life points, which ups her attack even more. Here our boy's gonna Regeki break our field spell. That does literally nothing to us. We get to search our Eye of Defeat right back, banish that monster just for good measure. Now we're at 4.4k. Boy uses a Kiteroid. Should have used his other Kiteroid instance because we can just banish him from his graveyard, and you know we're gonna eventually. So we have to banish a card from our graveyard though, because that's the cost of her effect, or just be too crazy strong. But here we get to defeat. Why am I returning my own Medusa, guys? You return your own Medusa so I can normal summon her next turn and return that defeat right back. We get to keep with the 2 returns. It's absolutely crazy, guys. In the end phase, we also banished his Kiteroid, which lowered our life points, which raises our attack in 2 different ways. We're up to 7k. 7k. Now I get to normal summon the Medusa. Sadly, our Eye of Defeat is banished, but I get to level Dupe, and then special summon the Wielder, bring out an Archfiend's Call just for kicks. Can't even be targeted. Why not? We're just gonna swing for 7k anyway. Absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Luna. Going first. Boy's using a pretty coherent little sleeve and mat combo there. This is a beautiful hand, guys. Boy, is that a beautiful hand. We get to normal summon our Medusa, special summon our Basilisk. Basilisk is gonna throw our Giorgionio, but we don't have... I'd rather set the defeat. If we kept the defeat in our hand, we could have searched our Selene, but I'm pretty cool with just the 1 Selene and getting our Behemoth out there. So we're fighting Noble Knights. We're gonna return that boy as soon as he tries to equip a card. That's gonna just mess up his whole play and make him lose his equip card. Very good play. Here we get our castle. We're gonna use our Giorgionio to search our Selene, throwing away the castle. Now we get our Eye of Selene on our girl, swing with Behemoth and Lethal. Nothing we can really do to activate her effect and get higher, but we're right on top of Lethal with 200 life points remaining. Our boy gets his Dristan with an equip card. It's the one that heals you Caliburn. So he's going to heal a bunch of life points. Reveals a round table, throws stuff away with field exchange to draw 2. Uses his Gwynnifer from his hand. Tries to swing at us, but remember, guys, I have Selene. We're not going anywhere. We're not getting destroyed. It's going to be crazy. Here we get our castle, the prismatic version. Search another Medusa. That means we're going to be able to add a card from our deck to our hand. And remember, by playing the field, we activate our Eye of Selene. We lose 500, gain 500 attack. We're about to use an effect again. We search our trap right back, guys. And now we have Selene on the field for our trap. That's going to be able to return 2. We just have to wait to time it really well. Here our boy uses his normal summon. That's going to trigger his equip to come right back. And remember, Gwynnifer can just activate from the graveyard once again. But Medusa can chain to that effect. Banish the Gwynnifer. No jumping out of the graveyard for her. She has to be banished. That triggers Selene. Selene ups our attack. He switches to the battle phase. That brings out defeat. I return his monster and I return my own Medusa. Why would I return my own Medusa? That way next turn, guys, I'm able to normal summon that Medusa and return that defeat right back to my hand. Set it again. Have another return 2 monsters to the hand. Absolutely crazy deck, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Rex Raptor. Going second, going for a rank up. And this is high ranks. It's pretty late in the season though, granted, so the decks aren't the craziest, but this deck just eats up certain archetypes. So look at this beautiful hand, guys. We have our field spell. We're going to search another Medusa just for follow-up plays. We're already 2 turns ahead of this guy. We're going to normal summon our Medusa. He's going to Floodgate her, so we're going to pass. And that's why we have these follow-up plays, guys. So now he's going to hit us with a Neos Fusion. He's using some sort of pure fusion type. Sets a monster. only swings with the Brave Neos, searches another Neos Fusion. We're ready for a pure follow-up. We top deck our Confrontation. That hits back row, so we're not going to really need it. We normal summon Medusa, special summon Basilisk. That searches our Giorgionio. We throw away Confrontation, search our Selene, set this, or play the Selene, or we may have searched, no, we searched the Defeat. We already had the Selene. Now, we get to just special summon the Wielder for absolutely free. We special summon the Goyo Guardian, who's over a Brave Neos, which means Wielder is gonna hit him for an instance of destruction. We're also gonna banish that Neos from his graveyard to make him even weaker. Has to use that Neos Fusion. Here we use Goyo Guardian to destroy him. We don't get to take him because I think he's technically not, I don't know why we don't get to steal him, honestly. But here we have to banish due to Medusa's effect of banishing. Look at this play, guys. Look at this deck. This boy's trying to hit us with a Magical Eyes Fusion. Can probably easily make a Brave Neos, counting a Dark Sealed Hex Fusion as a Neos, and then using that other Neos. But as long as we banish that Brave Neos from his graveyard, he's going to have nothing to summon, waste his spell, triggers our Selene, we're even higher. Now he uses Neos Fusion, throws away Crimson Fox, hits our Goyo Guardian. Look at this guy, he's throwing the full deck at us, swinging for lethal, but we had that Eye of Defeat, nice and recycled. He's returned, or searched, I mean. He's returned to the hand. Neos is no problem. Get another Day of Defeat, but the opponent's already scooped. Absolutely love this deck, guys. Very, very strong. Alright, we're fighting Jaden. Going first. Let's see what he's got first. Looks like well over 30 cards. So I didn't even go over Medusa's best effect, guys. You're about to see it in play, in action here, real fast. So where you can banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. You can use it as a quick effect, so you can chain it to other effects. The only cost is you have to banish a card from your graveyard during your next standby phase. So as you can imagine, an effect like that is going to absolutely dominate Lightsworn. Lightsworn are going to have such a hard time, guys. So he gets a Kiteroid and finally a Raiden in his graveyard. Here he sets a card. We get to use our Evil Eye Defeat to return it. We also banish his Kiteroid in the end phase. Sadly, our Evil Eye is going to force us to banish our own trap instead of recycle it. That's okay because we banish his Raiden again. Here he hits us with another Kiteroid. We set a Wielder because we already have a Wielder in hand. And remember, we have our Giorgionio acting as a Selene. That's how our Defeat was able to stop him. And just banishing from the graveyard, they really don't stand a chance, guys. So, this archetype just eats up Lightsworn. It plays a lot like Favorite Hero, where you often have a field spell and an equip card you're really leaning on. But man, does that trap card just eat people up with that return 2 and just how you're able to recycle it with Medusa. Crazy. Add on the Wielder as just the cherry on top, and I was really into this deck, guys. I wish I could just show you 20 replays on it. It's absolutely crazy. Running around. Maybe I'll get a fresh call again the next month. Really like Evil Eyes. I don't know the future. Their hard counter is still Cosmic Cyclone. So that's, that's a daunting task to come over, as we learned with Favorite Heroes. But it's still a very good deck. Definitely tier worthy. Great stuff, guys.